Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're learning the inverted straddle shoulder stand. This is a great move because it is pretty on its own, but it's also super useful for your choreography because you can use it to get up to the top bar or down from the top bar, and it just is a great way to get into a lot of different moves. I'm going to show you two simple versions that are a little bit easier to get into, and then I'll show you a slightly more advanced version that will show off your strength and make it look a lot more impressive. I'll also show you how to transition out of it several different ways. I basically just did all the versions of this I could think of, so here you go. But before we get started with all those versions, let me just remind you to please check out my channel and subscribe. I've got lots and lots of tutorials for different moves, plus other aerial videos that are a little bit broader subject and vlogs, so make sure that you don't miss anything over there. Let's start with some pro tips. My first pro tip is that you do not plan to relax in this move. This is a move that is very active. You're going to need to use your abs and your arms the whole time. So don't think that you're going to get in this position and then just sit there. Secondly, make sure that you are using your hips to help you out by keeping them nice and high. The lower they are, the more ab work you're going to have to do to keep them in the air. My third pro tip for today is to keep your toes pointed towards the ground. The weight of your legs will help pull your hips into the right position if you keep your toes pointed towards the ground and not too high. Now keep those in mind while we get started breaking down this move. Let's start with the easiest way into and out of this move, which is from the Man in the Moon. If you would like to review your Man in the Moon, I have a tutorial for that, plus how to add a split to your Man in the Moon, so make sure you check that one out. It is in the description and at the top of your screen. Start by wiggling down in your Man in the Moon so that you are really nice and low and you're almost laying in the bottom of the hoop. The side of the hoop should be on one of your shoulders, so make sure that you have the same foot as shoulder on top. I have my right foot higher and I have the side of the hoop on my right shoulder. Reach up with your right hand, so again, right foot, right shoulder, right hand, and grab about halfway up the side of the hoop. Reach your other arm underneath you and take the hoop in front of where your hips are. When you're ready, take your top leg off the side of the hoop and bring it diagonally back past your shoulder so that it is pointing behind you. Then use the foot that's still on the hoop to push your hips up and push off the side of the hoop just a little bit to come into your straddle position with your hips nice and lifted. You're really pulling with your top arm and holding your bottom arm straight to lock you into the hoop. It's a little bit like the feeling of an Amazon. Make sure that you do all three of those movements pretty close together. If you wait and pause between them, it's going to make this a lot harder for you. A pretty way to come out of this is to bring both your legs together over your hand, then slide one leg and the other down across the hoop. So you're making a big circle with both of your legs and come into this little archy back bendy position. I've heard this one called the vericai, but I just think of it as a little laying in the hoop, pretty arched position. You can also mix it up by putting your hips on the side of the hoop instead of on the bottom bar as you come down and coming into this modified wine glass position and doing a little split like this one. Now I'll show you how to go onto the top bar using this move. Just bring the leg that's in front, so same side as your head, up next to the span set but on the other side of the span set and hook it on. Then bring your other leg back through the hoop and rehook that on the top as well, coming into your knee hang hops position. Since we're talking about the top bar, let's talk about how to come into this move from the top bar. Start from your knee hang hocks position, then place one shoulder on the bottom of the hoop. Next, reach that same arm, I have my right shoulder on the hoop, so I'm using my right arm, around and take halfway up the side of the hoop. The palm of your hand should be facing towards your face. My other arm is going to rest on the other side of the hoop as straight as I can get it. Then when you're ready, take one leg off the top of the hoop, bring it through the center to the other side, and then bring both legs into your straddle position. Your weight should already be on your shoulder, so it's not too much of a jolt going into this. To come out of it, you can just rehook one knee back on the top. And finally, here is a slightly more advanced version that will show off your strength. Starting from the bottom again, from your Man in the Moon if you want, you're going to place your arms, get ready, then straighten both legs with the hoop in between your knees. Now pull with your arms, use your abs to lift your hips and send your legs back over your head, coming into the full position. It's sort of like doing a reverse crunch. If you feel super comfortable, you can bend your knees alternatingly and do some waves. I'm not sure why I decided to do this one in just a sports bra, but you might want to wear a t-shirt just to protect your skin while you're getting used to this. I'm a little bit masochistic towards my skin, so don't do as I do. Here it is at real-time speed so that you can see how everything works. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning this move. It is a super pretty and useful one. Please don't forget to check out my channel. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out and I appreciate it so much. So thank you guys who are already subscribed. I will see you guys next time. And as always, send me a request if there is a move that you would like to learn.